Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. In this video, we are going to cover some very tricky and complex Java 8 scenario based interview questions. All of these questions usually revolve around the e-commerce platform, which has a very common use case around the Java 8 topics. So let's get started and let's see the very first complex scenario. You are working as a backend developer for an e-commerce platform. The system that you are working with fetches the list of all the orders placed in last 24 hours. Maybe you might have to create a dashboard out of how your system is performing, how the orders are getting placed into your system, and see how active your consumers and customers are and how your system is performing with those orders. So your system needs to fetch the list of all the orders placed in last 24 hours. Each order has a list of products and each product belongs to the category. Too much of theory. Let's see with the code, okay? So what it says, you have an order. So let's see in the code, I have some pojos already created for you, okay? So you have an order. That order is placed at some order time. That is maybe today at 10 p.m. Each order has a list of products. Obviously, when you go to a marketplace, you add few products and then you do checkout and then you pay for your order. Your order may not always have one single product. You may go on and add multiple products. So for each order, you have list of products here. And each product belongs to a particular category. Now that is a part of product. So let's get into the product, and each product should have a product category. What you are required is to generate a report. Yes, with Java 8, you have to create a report. That report shows a mapping between the category and the total quantity of items of that particular quantity sold. For example, you have iPhone, which is a electronics category. You have a hair dryer, that is also an electronics category. So you have to show that for each electronic category, total of 2 items are sold. One is iPhone and one is hair dryer. So this is what you have to generate. Also, you have to have some logic where you are filtering those products. The first logic is you should only include orders which are more than 500 of value. You don't want to generate the report for lower value orders. For example, only 50 or 60 rupees order will not hamper your system in much way. So you just want higher value orders to be tracked in your system. Also, you have to figure out only those products in that order which are not marked as out of stock. If they are out of stock, you have to exclude it from the report. And the report must be sorted based on the order or the quantity of the particular category being sold in the descending order. For example, my electronics are sold in 50 amount, clothing is sold in just 2 item order. So the report should be electronics 50, clothing 2. That is in descending order. The highest quantity being sold should be the top in the category. This is too much of task, right? So let's write down the real requirement. The first requirement is order to be placed within 24 hours. So for each product category, the order should be within 24 hours. The second thing is the order should be greater than 500. So the total order value should be greater than 500. Where do you mark the total order value? That is total value here in the order. So you should have the total value when the order is getting placed. You should have all the list of products and you should also have the time when the order is being placed. Then only you will be able to fetch the last 24 hours order and its total value, which is greater than 500. Also, now going towards into the product level, that is the list of products into this order, it should not be the out of stock one. So in the product, you can have a boolean that it is in stock or not. If it is not in stock, that is out of stock, you have to exclude it. So again, this can be achieved with a filter. This also can be achieved with the filters, that orders which is in the duration of now minus 24 hours, filter with the order value which is greater than 500 and filter the products which are marked as out of stock. Now you would ask me, when you stream over the order, you can easily stream and filter that only 24 hours later order should be there and only with the 500 value should be there. How would I get into the orders and fetch each product which are marked as out of stock? Then you have to use the flat map and convert the order into the get products. Then only you will be able to get inside the product category. So first level, you have to filter on the basis of order details. That is, its total value should be greater than 500 and it should be within 24 hours. After that, when you found all those orders which satisfy the total value and order time, you have to flatten this order and fetch only those products which are belonging to such category of orders where total value is greater than 500 and order time is less than 24 hours. Once you get into that product list, you have to figure out whether it is out of stock or not. So into that you filter whether it is in stock or not. And once you have it, you add the logic of categorizing it and sorting it in decreasing order. Too much of theory. Let's get into the code. Then only you will understand it better. So let's get started and let's create some test data for this. Okay. So I'll create a new class, maybe named as, what are we doing here? A report generation. So let's mark it as report generation. In the report generation, I'm going to have a main class. In the main class, I want some test data. So I'm going to take it from here. Okay. So now I have test data with me. Let me make it full size for you. So these are the orders that I have. Okay. The orders will be the list. And each order will have again products as the list. If you can see here, we have the list of orders. But each list of orders have list of products also. That is why you can see list of list. And apart from that, they have other things like the total value, the time when this order was placed. So if you can see here, this order contains 3 products. iPhone of electronic category, USB of electronic category, headphone of electronic category. The total product quantity was 2, 1, 5 and these were in stock, but this was out of stock. While when this order was placed was 3 hours ago, which is our condition of being 24 hours, between the 24 hours. So when it comes to such test data, if you can see, first thing we need is order placed within 24 hours. So which all order do you think is placed within 24 hours? This one, this one, this one. This is out because it is not 24 hours before. It is rather minus 26 hours. That means it is 1 day before. So this order is to be ignored. And this was also 1 hour. So this can be included. So only order that has to be ignored on the basis of the fact that it has to be within 24 hours is this. So still we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 as the output of test data. The second thing is its value should be greater than 500. So when we create it, we also create the total value. So this is anyways out of stock, out of consideration as it is placed before 24 hours and we don't want to show its record or report before 24 hours orders. So the only thing that we need to look at these 4. So its total value is 700. It is greater than 500. We can take this. Its value is less than 500. It is just 400 rupees order, which is a low priced order, which is why we don't want it. So this is also out. So these 2 are out from our list. This is in, this is in. So first, second and fifth one are the 3 orders that we can consider on the order level, which is placed within last 24 hours and whose value is greater than 500. So what we're selling here, we are selling iPhone, USB cable, headphone, jeans, t-shirts, and again iPhone and t-shirts. So we have electronic and clothings mainly as the 3 categories. Now we need to exclude those products which are out of stock. Now since we have done the order level sorting, we have to filter on the product level. So this product has to be out of stock. Only these 2 products are to be taken care. So electronic here becomes 7 and 1 electronic becomes here as 1, the total of 8. So output should be electronics as 8 and clothing. So these are the 2 ones which are clothing. So its total should be 5 and 1, that is 6. But this is out of stock. So again 5. The clothing should only be 5. So output should be electronics as 5, electronics as 8 and clothing as 5. Let's see how we implement it. Now, I'm going to create a map of key value pair, where key will be my category, which is of the type string. Where do you know the categories of type string? In the product, you see the categories of type string. And the value should be the integer, which is actually the total quantity of that category being sold. So map of category and quantity. It should be, now let's stream over all the orders list. So from all the orders list, I'm opening a stream of Java 8 and I'm going to filter. What I'm going to filter? I'm going to filter all orders such that each order should be the local date time dot now minus 24. The time should be after that. So for each order, let's get the order time. Order dot get order time. I have to check with whether it is after the 24 hours only. So how do you check that? So local date time dot now minus 24 hours, something like this. So here local date time dot now minus 24 hours, that is the filter. So this is going to exclude this particular order from the list. The next thing that we need to do is, from those last 24 hours, fetch those orders whose value is greater than 500. So again, I need to put a filter. So this is how you can keep on adding the logic in your stream. Filter all those orders who are within 24 hours, that is excluding this all the 4, but also check the total order value. So again, order dot get total value. That total value should be greater than 500. So now you will get all those orders who are within 24 hours of date created and who are higher paying order, that is greater than 500 rupees. Now we have done on all the logic on the order. Now we have to get inside the order and fetch the product list. And in the product list, we have to remove all the out of stock. So we have to filter on the stock. To be able to do that, we will be flattening our each order to fetch the list of products for each order. So we are going to use flat map. Each order such that ordered that dot get products. When we do that, we have to open the stream on this so that the output of this flat map becomes the stream again on which we can operate. So on this, now I have to filter again because we have returned a stream out of it. Now what we have is the product into each of those orders such that the product is in stock. So this is how we check product is in stock or not. So our 3 logics are done. The order is within 24 hours. Yes. Order is also greater than 500 rupees. Yes. And each product into that order is also not out of stock. When this is done, now we have all the products into this particular stream. The order is now gone. Now we are at the product level. So now our products contains iPhone, USB cable. This is out of stock. Jeans, t-shirts, and this iPhone. Now, since we have all the products, we need a map of category, and the category exists in the product, so we are not in trouble. So now we are going to collect them by grouping. So let's collect them by grouping them. So collectors dot grouping by, and this grouping by is going to create a map. This map needs key and a value. If you can see here, if you go into this, needs key and value. So the key that we need is category. So product dot get category. Product is the capital product, and product dot get category, and the value will be, it should be the sum of all the items sold in that particular category. The product has the quantity also. So product dot get quantity will be the amount that has to be summed up. So collectors dot summing int. What should be the summing int? It should be product dot get quantity here, that you can see here. So this is how you collect your products that you have filtered from the orders, and you are grouping them by the category and the quantity being sold. And for each category, you are just summing up all the quantities that is being sold. So this is how we can write the group by to create the string of integer and the summarizing int. But this is also not what we want at the end, right? We need a map of category and not the summarizing int. The return type of the summarizing int is int summary statistics, not the integer. Also, one mistake that we have done here is we have closed the this here, the bracket here. We should not close the bracket here. We should have this bracket open, and let's have this bracket ended here. So this is the perfect way. It says the return type for this is string comma int summary and not the integer. So let's try and just see whether we are able to fetch the best one, and then we will sort it in the descending order and return the integer. So just for the temporary updation, I'm just going to test this with this and print it up. This is not the end result, okay? End result that we need is, we need the total quantity in the descending order. Let's print it inside the method. Sys out map of category and quantity. Let's see what we get in the output. Okay. So this is the map of output. So you can see we have clothing as total of 5 and electronics as total of 8. This is the 2 count. So these are the 2 fields for clothing, and these are the total 1, 2 and 3 fields for electronic. So count is 3 for electronics and clothing it is 2, and the total quantity is 5, that is 3 plus 2 which is in stock, and here it is 5 plus 2 7 and 1 from here, that is 8. So sum is 8. So what we need in output is in the descending order, electronic 8 and clothing 5. This is what we need as an output. So now what we have to do is, onto this, we need the sum, that is summarizing it will already give it. We need to sort it in the descending order with the value. We have a map here. Let's convert it to integer again, because this is not what we need. Now let's put an enter, and on this map, what we can do, we can fetch the entry set. I will stream on the category, and I'm going to sort that up on the basis of what? So for each map.entry, that is what we have. I have a method comparing by key and comparing by value. What I want is, I want to compare all my electronics based on its total sum, that is 8, or on the basis of sum, that is 5. So I want the output as whose sum is in the descending order. So the key is electronic, value is 8, key is clothing, value is 5. So I want it to be on the value. So I'm going to comparing it by value, not by key. And I have to sort it in the reverse order. And this entry is of what type? Our map contains string, which is category, and value as an integer. And now I have to collect this in a map order. Right now we have just the entry object. I don't have a map object. Why I don't have a map object? Because I'm working on the entry set, not on the key set, not on the map. So now again I have to collect this entry set and create a map. Vectors.toMap. That is what we want, right? Where the key will be map.entry.getKey. Value will be map.entry.getValue. Now when we are collecting it to map, that needs one more parameter, which says what happens if I by chance find a duplicate key. What should happen? So it takes a lambda. It says if E1 is already there, and if you're trying to add a duplicate E2, what should happen? It should be replaced with E1. I'm going to use linked hash map for order preservation. Let's beautify it for better understanding. Also, one thing that we have done as a mistake here is, since I was summarizing it, I was able to show you the sum. But the method that I've given wrong here is this summarizing it. It should be summing int. And when I'm going to summing the integers, I'm going to get the total quantity as the sum. So now if I just comment this up, I just put the semicolon here and I put the integer, and let's try running this again. You will be able to see the sum again. So if you can see, clothing as 5, electronics at 8. When I was summarizing it, you would be able to see that sum in the sum field. Then here, in the end summary statistics, you were able to see the complete sum, count, everything. To show you, I was able to do that. There were 2 total of clothing and 3 total of electronics. But what I forgot to do is to convert this to, I have converted this to integer. That is fine. But I forgot to convert this from summarizing it to summing it. Now, what I'm doing is, for each category, I'm going to sum all the products. And when I'm going to run this, I'm going to get the sum as clothing as 5 and electronics as 8. So clothing is 5, electronics at 8. Now it is not in the proper descending order that we need. So for that descending, this much code is required, because what we have here is a map of key value pair. Now on the basis of this value, we need the descending order. So we are going to take the entry set, that is this key value rather than the map. On this, I'm going to compare by value, and I'm going to convert it again by the reverse order into the map again. And since I want to have it in the reverse order, the order mapping is very important. That is why I use the linked hash map to preserve the order. So let's remove this and let's try running this. Now the output should be on the basis of this key value pair. I'm going to compare by value. That is, this is the compare by value. And with this, I have to do it the reverse order. So 8 should be on the top and 5 should be at the bottom. And then I'm going to collect it as a key and a value. So try running this. And you should get in the reverse order. Electronic 8 and clothing 5. So yes, we have electronic 8 and clothing 5. So once again, quickly, what we have done, we have filtered on the basis of order first, because that is the top level. Then since we have to do the filtering on the product level, we have to flatten this order and come to the product level. One level down, one level inside the order. Now since all the things that we have to do is on the product level, that is category and its in stock and its price. That is why once we have it in the product level, we are doing filtering on the product level. We are grouping on the category and finding out the total quantity for that category that is being sold. And you can see there was no order after that. Every and anything that we do after processing after this is all about the products and not about the orders. And that's how we have sorted it up, and we have printed by preserving the linked hash map. If you can see here, when you go to the to map, it takes the key mapper, it takes a value mapper, it chooses a merge function. You will ask me what is a merge function. This merge function says that if there is a collision, if you can see here, if there is a collision between the keys, what will you do? In that case, I said that if there is even already and E2 is what is giving you a collision or duplication, keep the even, remove the E2. So I've said that merge both of them, don't create the duplicates. And the fourth thing that we need here is the map factory, that is a supplier. That is where this provides the empty map where the results will be inserted after all the operations has been done. So why we have created not the normal hash map? Because hash map does not preserve our order. And what we have done here is we have created the reverse order. So ordering is very much important. That is why we have created a new hash map where all this key and value that we are processing here is stored as the decreasing order. If that is clear, let's go to the second question. Now you have the orders. You have to flag those orders whose product is out of stock. Now, doing that much reporting thing, this might make you seem that this is very easy. And yes, it is easy. What you have is, in your warehouse system, you track the inventory level of the product. You need to flag the orders where the order quantity exceeds the available stock. So, total available stock is actually given to you as the map, where there is a product ID and there is a product stock. For example, if you can see here, this is a product stock. This is the product ID. This is the 100 stock that you have in your inventory. This data comes from inventory service and not in the order of the product service. And since we are at the order level processing, I'm giving you it as a map of key value pair where from the inventory, you have the map coming that for this product, I have this much quantity. Now, in the order microservice, you have to process those orders and figure those problematic orders whose quantity is greater than the available stock quantity in the inventory, and you have to flag them. And then you have to check whether you can increase the inventory by notifying the inventory system that you have the less inventory, or you can reject or mark those orders as cancelled. So this is a very important stock issue detector system that most of the e-commerce platforms have. So let's create this with a Java 8 programming. We already have the orders and we already have the products. What we need is the test data. So let's create the test data. Let's create another class called as stock detector, stock issue detector. In the stock issue detector, I would create a main. In the main, I'll add some data. Remember, this stock data is coming from the inventory service while the order processing is done in the order service. So what you have done here is, in the stock, you have 3 products. P1, P2, P3 with 100, 50 and 200 as the product stock. When you are creating the orders, some users have ordered as order 001, 002, 003. In that, you have multiple products. Now, you have to flag those orders whose products are out of stock. For example, can you fulfill this first order 001? Here it is expecting P1 as 30. You can do it. But the second order, that is P2, is asked as 60, which is out of stock because we have only 50 in the stock. So you can mark this order as unfulfillable. The second order 002 is expecting P3 as 50 and P2 as 40, which is again in the limit. You can fulfill this order. Now when it comes to order number 3, where it needs P1 as 120, which is out of stock. So here itself, you can mark this order as out of stock. So this is what you have to do. So let's get started and let's get coding. So let's create orders.stream and let's filter out those orders such that order.get products. We have to find any such product. So any product such that we are going to find each product and check it with the stock. ID is the key for this map. So product stock dot get this product dot get ID. If this ID is there, this will actually give me the stock. So for P001 available stock is 100. Now I have to check if this quantity which is expected is greater than this, then I have to return false, else true. Return if available stock quantity is greater than product dot get quantity. But we have to mark the problematic orders, not the normal orders. So if the available stock quantity is less than the given expected quantity, then we have to mark it up. So dot map whose order dot get ID is what we want as an output. And the output will actually be the list. Collectors dot to list. And this will be the list of, since we are getting the order IDs in the output, it should be the list of string. So problematic orders are these. And let's try to print it. And let's see if we have any problem in the logic. S out problematic orders. Let's try running it. What should be the problematic orders? 001 and 003 as 2 was fulfillable as discussed earlier. Let's see. So yes, 001 and 003 were the problematic orders while the 2 was the normal one. The next I have is abundant cart based on the last activity. The next I have is the dynamic pricing based on the customer segments. If I am a VIP customer, I should get 20% discount. If I'm the regular customer, no discount. So this is a very real-time scenario. If you order more, you get more of the discount. That is how you become VIP or the premium VIP people. This is also solvable by Java 8. If you need more such scenario-based questions, just let me know in the comment section. I'll create another video for this.